Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum Assalam. Zafir, how are you?
Fine.
As usual, we are the first one to join.
Ma'am, but I won't be participating for long.
What happened?
Ma'am, I'm having some issues currently with the electricity in my house, so I just wanted to ask that if it is possible, can you please not mark me as absent? As soon as this issue is fixed, I would take the class in Google Class.
It's okay, doesn't matter. Right now you are here, you can mark your attendance in the chat box.
Okay, ma'am.
Just mark it as before the light electricity will go. Let me give the students a message. Okay, should I start the class only with you, Manahil?
यस मैम।
Because
मैम हमें
we,
विंटर वेकेशन कब हो रही है?
I think from 25th of December. Not confirmed because we didn't get any notification yet from the school authorities, but I think from 25th December. We're just waiting for the winter vacations, है ना?
मैम छुट्टियों में भी छुट्टियां चाहिए।
जी बिल्कुल. This is the way. Uh, I don't know why aren't the students joining the class. I think I should contact their parents now. Zafir was there, but due to the electricity issue, he is not attending the class. Just wait, Minahil, for a while, please. Let me. Okay, we have few students in the class. Now we can start our class, I think. Okay, students, now today we are going to start off with chapter number 4, that is first aid. Chapter number 4, first aid. Open your books on page number 38. It's page number 38. Open your books on page number 38. Beta, try to be on time for joining your class. Okay? Try to be on time, everyone. Anyways, okay, page number 38. Let's start up with the discussion of the chapter first aid. What do we mean by first aid? Hmm? Students, what do we mean by first aid? What is first aid? Wake up, everyone.
Ma'am,
G.
the immediate medical aid given to an injured person is called first aid.
That's good, Iman. Very good, very nice. The immediate help or aid provided to an injured person is called first aid. So in the first chapter, the writer is describing that what is first aid and why should we have the knowledge of first aid. That he's saying that we all need help at times in our lives. When somebody get injured or somebody get unwell, we need to help, and for that purpose we need to be aware of the first aid, some simple first aid techniques. For example, if someone get hurt, got injured, if someone got a cut or a wound, we need to be aware of the things that how to help that person. For example, if someone in your family, in some if someone your younger sibling has got hurt, so what you're gonna do, how you're gonna help that person? You will give that you will apply that antiseptic lotion or something that will soothe the wound. Handling minor accidents at home or on the roads develop a sense of crisis management. This may prepare people to tackle with unexpected emergencies with great confidence. Minor cuts and scrapes usually do not need to go to the emergency room. Yet proper care is essential to avoid infection or other complications. Following guidelines can help to uh, uh, take care of the crisis, minor crisis. So if you are able to handle the minor crisis. What are minor crises? Minor crisis means that this minor incidents that sometimes happen at your home, someone fell over, someone got a wound or a cut. If you are handling these issues confidently, then you will able to handle major emergencies with confidence. What can be the major emergency? Someone got an accident or a heart attack or something, so you'll be able to confidently be able to handle this thing as well. So how to stop bleeding, these are some of the steps that you can use while handling with minor cuts and scrubs. If there is a minor cut and scrubs usually stop bleeding on their own. Sometimes the children get fell over while cycling or some while walking, and even an adult person can fall over while walking even. If they don't apply gentle pressure with a clean cloth or a bandage, hold the pressure continuously for 20 to 30 seconds, and if possible elevate the wound. Don't keep checking to see if the bleeding has stopped, because this may damage or dislodge the clot. This is that is forming and cause bleeding to resume. If blood spurts or continues flowing after continuous pressure, seek medical assistance. That how we should deal with the small cuts and wounds. That normally these small cuts and wounds, they stop bleeding on their own, but sometimes it happens that they don't stop. So for that purpose, you need to consult a doctor while giving a pressure. Apply pressure with a small clean cloth. It will help you to stop the bleeding. But the thing is that you should not sorry, you should not keep on checking whether the bleeding has stopped or not. This will be dangerous for the injury, because that the clot that is forming, how the bleeding stop, that the bleeding stop, that the blood create a clot in front of the bleeding, so it the bleeding stop. So if you're going to see that whether the again and again whether the bleeding has stopped or not, so this will dislodge the clot that is forming and the bleeding will resume. Clean the wound. Rinse out the wound with clean water. To clean the area around the wound, use soap or a washcloth. You don't have to use soap on the wound because it will create irritation. So you should clean the surface around the wound. So try to keep it out of the actual wound. If dirt or debris remains in the wound after washing, use tweezers cleaned with alcohol to remove the particles. Why do we use alcohol? Don't you think that it will be irritating for the wound as well? Why do we use alcohol on the wound? Are you sleeping, students?
To clean the germs, ma'am.
To clean the germs, because alcohol is a liquid that can destroy the germs that are present in the wound. If trouble still remains, see your doctor. Thorough cleaning reduces the risk for infection and tetanus. You know that the elders, they say that we should go for a tetanus injection, even if we have a small scrap from the road. The tetanus injection is the purpose of this, that the infection or the germs should not enter the actual wound. It should not enter the body. Okay, next is, this is the next page. Apply an antibiotic. After you clean the wound, apply a thin layer of an antibiotic cream and or ointment to help keep the surface moist. The products don't make the wound heal faster, but they can help your body's natural healing process work fast. Certain ingredients in some ointments can cause a mild rash in some people. If a rash appears, stop using the ointment. Normally what people do, rather what mothers do, if your younger sibling or you have got a small cut or a wound, what they do, they'll just clean the wound and apply the ointment. We mostly have different ointments at our homes. Can you name some of the ointments? Can anyone name some of the ointments that your mothers use at home? Students, what are the different ointments that you people use at home?
Pyridine and spirit.
Hmm?
Pyridine and spirit.
Pyridines and spirit. Anyone else? We use pyridine for cleaning the
Oh,
wound.
sorry.
For cleaning the wound, and then spirits are also used as alcohol, so to stop the germs to enter the wound. What are the different ointments that you use? Anyone else? If you cannot speak, you can write it in the chat box, students, because I think all of you are sleeping. You just have marked the attendance, you have gone. Please turn off your camera, turn on the cameras, everyone. Please switch on your cameras, please. Switch on the camera, everyone. Iman, Manahil, Manal, everyone. Faris. Yes, Manahil Shehzad, she's saying that Betnovate ointment. Yes. Turn on your cameras, everyone. You know, we have instructions that we should remove the students from the class who don't turn on the cameras. That's good. Now I can see beautiful faces. Okay. That sometimes we use Betnovate. We normally we do have Polyfix, Betnovate, and we can have a number of different ointments. These ointments, they don't help the wound to heal. What they did, they just give the body natural healing. They just help the body's natural healing process to work faster. and then cover the wound. Sometimes the wound is so big and the open wound can be dangerous, can be a home for the bacteria. So for that purpose we need to cover the wound. After the wound has healed enough to make infection analyze, initially if the wound is open you need to cover it with a bandage. After that, when there is a covering, natural covering on the wound, then the exposure to the air is necessary. Then you can keep the wound open. Then the change the dressing at least daily or whenever it becomes wet or dry. No, if your dressing has become wet or dirty, you should change the dressing. Sometimes people are allergic of adhesive tapes, so you can use other bandages for that purpose, and you can use adhesive free dressings for that purpose. And then watch for signs of infection. If you find the signs of infection, there are normally, if there is infection, there is white dots on the wound. These are the signs of infection, and if you see these signs of infection, you should go for your doctor. You should go for the doctor, ask for the medical assistance. Okay, next is that first aid kit. Now you are going to tell me that what should be the first aid kit consist of. First aid kit should consist of what are the important things that we should have in the first aid kit?
First aid,
First aid,
first aid box,
first aid box, that's very good. What else?
Thermometer.
Thermometer. Everyone please speak up, unmute your mics and
elastic
speak.
bandages,
Elastic
elastic
bandages,
bandages,
very good.
Latex,
And
latex
ma'am,
gloves.
safety
Lettuce
pin and
gloves,
scissors.
safety pins and scissors, very good. Who's still quiet in the class? Just few of the students are here. I don't know why the students are not attending the classes. Even in GC, students are not attending the classes. Yesterday in chemistry's class, there was only Zafir. Isn't it shame? Isn't it shameful? It was only Zafir. कितनी गलत बात है. Anyways, what else we should have in first aid kit?
gauze
Calamine
and adhesive tape,
calamine lotion, band-aids,
cotton wool,
cotton buds, cotton swabs. Okay, these are few of the things that we should have in the first aid kit. So now let's move on to page number 44. Let's move on to page number 44. On 44 we have question answers, comprehension question answers. You should not keep checking if the bleeding has stopped. Why we should not keep on checking that the bleeding has stopped or not? Amna,
because it can damage the,
Gigi, it can be dangerous for the wound.
it can make dislodge,
It can cause the dislodge of the clot that was forming on the wound, the clot that will help the bleeding to stop. And if you will keep on checking whether the bleeding has stopped or not, so that clot will dislodge and it will result in the bleeding to resume. Okay, next, why is it necessary to keep away soap from the wound? Amna, I want the answer from you, beta.
To avoid irritation.
To avoid irritation. What will happen if someone mistakenly use the soap on the wound? Just imagine the situation
Ma'am, it will harm the wound more,
that it
and
will
it can
be.
cause some serious damage.
That's very good. That it will be harmful for the wound and it will cause some serious damage to the wound. That soap is something that will irritate the wound. Just imagine the situation that sometimes we just get some small cuts from the knife while working in the kitchen, and while washing the hands, when the soap when the wound get in touch with the soap, how irritating that is. it creates irritation. So this is how, if we are gonna use soap on the wound that is open, so what will happen? It will be irritating and it will cause serious damage to the wound that has occurred. Okay. How is an antibiotic cream or ointment good in healing the wound?
It keeps the surface
Gold
moist.
Okay, it keeps the surface moist. Yes, Faris, you were saying something.
and helps body's natural healing process to work fast.
Yes, it helps the body's natural healing process to work fast. Basically, an ointment in itself is not a healer, or it is not. It doesn't help the wound in healing faster, but it helps the body's natural healing process to work faster, because there are some ingredients in the ointments that helps the body's natural healing process to work faster. That's why we use antibiotic cream. Antibiotic cream is basically used to keep the germs away, and to it also helps the body's natural healing process to work faster. So what should you do if you are allergic to adhesive materials used in most of the bandages? What are adhesive materials? Huh? What are adhesive materials?
Ma'am, something that sticks.
Yes, something sticky. Some people, rather most of the people, they just,
Sticky materials.
yes, sticky materials. Yes, Muskan, welcome. You are here as well. So sticky materials, sometimes, that rather most of the bandages, they have sticky materials in them, and when the sticky material get in touch of the body, and when you want to remove it, it is very irritating and painful. So most of the people, they are allergic of using these adhesive tapes. So if you are allergic to adhesive materials, so what should we use? What should you do? What should we do if we are allergic of adhesive material used in most of the bandages?
We should use adhesive-free materials.
We can use the bandages that are adhesive free, and we have many bandages that are uh, available in the market that are adhesive free. Now we can have the that chips as well. Now we have chips on the bandages as well, so we can go for these bandages instead of going for adhesive materials. Okay, why do we need to see a doctor? What are the situations in which we need to see a doctor?
If we find any swelling,
If you find any swelling, what else? What else can be the condition?
redness,
Redness. What else?
If
Increasing
the
in
wound
pain.
is getting worse,
If the wound is getting worse, it is not healing. If you find the signs of infection, so there are few conditions that if you find the sign of infection, if you find swelling, if you find redness, and if you find that the wound is not healing faster, it is remaining the same, or rather it is getting worse, so you need to seek the advice from your doctor. This is the condition you should, in that condition you need to go for the doctor. Okay, the next question is, what should your first aid kit consist of? This is the most important question in the chapter. In most of the board papers, I have seen this question. In most of the board papers, I have seen this question, that what should your first aid kit consist of? So name the materials.
band-aid,
Band-aids,
Lemon
elastic
lotion,
bandages,
elastic bandages, calamine lotion,
clinical
adhesive
thermometer,
tape,
clinical thermometer, adhesive tapes,
scissors,
scissors,
safety pin and
Tablet
tweezers,
safety pin and tweezers,
safety pins and tweezers,
and analgesic tablets.
analgesic tablets. Good. Okay, that's very good. So these are the few things. And if the question in the paper is that what should your first aid kit consist of, don't directly start writing the names of the things. Just give an introductory line that the first aid kit should consist of. This time the question was there in the paper, and most of the students just mentioned the names of the things that the first aid should consist of. You should uh, give the introductory line that the first aid kit should consist of this thing. Behave sensibly during the papers. Okay, so this was the lecture today. So students, if there is any confusion, anything you want to ask in this chapter, be quick. You can ask me anything confusing, anything you need to ask, anything you need me to discuss again, or clear the things that you in which you have confusions. Everything clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. Students, start leaving the class. Okay, students, then best of luck. Take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow, inshallah. And Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am.
Allah Hafiz.